Hello and welcome to the 10th Letter Television. We are continuing on with Slay the Princess here in the second half for the second time through. So let's get right into it. We've stalled long enough. Here we go. Load game. Guess this might be where we are at. Yeah, that's where we were. Okay, this is our early. So we had to make some decisions last time, 3 times through. So here we go again. I yearn for what I've already yearned for: our awakening, other desires, strength, and delight, knowing you and knowing me. It doesn't matter how many times I go back; at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Does that make you worse? Yeah, okay, so this is a little bit back from where we last left off. Touch. We basically finished this off, but this is where I got saved at. I think I did that one last time.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Is there any more? I don't know. That says right now, not really. Also, so distant as soon as I'm near you. That's right, yep.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Yeah, there's some other princesses in there that you think would think otherwise. Should I just attack the entity now? Should I just destroy my body?
We will know when we near our destination.
We need more vessels. Even more, okay. Fine, let's go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
That's great. Everything goes dark. And you die. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess. We find
on
ourselves
a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yes, can I talk now? Okay, because I don't like when people step on me.
You're here to slay her.
Okay, that's great.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Quiet, Mr. Narrator. I'm trying to talk here. Listen, it's not very nice of you to step all over me when I'm trying to talk about where I am. Now, Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess. You find yourself in the woods, lost and confused. Only to find yourself that this narrator seems to think we're going to need to go to the cabin in the woods. Having considered that any of the reason she's going to end the world because of that.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Tick-tock.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Everything?
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Oh, this is a job. Well, how much money am I getting paid?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay, yeah, sure. Do the work and then maybe I'll pay you. Yes, what is my prize?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Oh, wow, I feel so reinforced. And sure now, that solves everything. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
Militarists
right?
and all sorts of people want the world.
Does it?
Does
Are
it
you a
though?
monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
I think we've already
If
said
anything,
that before.
slaying a princess is much better than
I'm
slaying
just trying
a
to find the
seamstress.
different paths in there,
Seamstresses
because we've done
contribute
some of these
something
paths
of
already, so I'm
value
trying to find
to
different
society.
new ones. Trying to get as much out of it as I can before the world ends here. I can't turn around, it looks like, so that's mainly what my whole big thing was, to avoid it, I think. Okay, fine.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Okay, there's that job again, that word, J-O-B, yeah, it just doesn't, that don't work, that just don't fly, right?
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yeah, will I though? I mean...
A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Right?
Don't believe a word she says.
Right,
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Voice of the hero.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
That's right. I cheat the Dino. The Dino heat. The Dino. Here we go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
In case you can't see that, that's just a quick disclaimer. You know, I didn't see it in there, but yeah, there's a lot of flashing lights and strobe effects and stuff like that. So, be advised. Oh, well, to take the blade, that never goes great. Go at it with some fisticuffs. That didn't work well last time either. Just gonna... take the blade, explore the basement. Take the blade and the basement. Whoa, this is where it gets really intense. Let's see, I've been passive. As much as I can be, so I'll just enter the basement without the blade. Again. And maybe I'll use it to stab her in the back this time. We get out of here.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
How's that? Better volume?
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Right, okay.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
I guess
Maybe
you're right.
it's somewhere upstairs.
Might be. Let's go check.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself. Once again, you're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Well, we already did one where we tried to slay her. It didn't work out. I'm gonna try to save her.
Fine.
Till chapter 2. Or it's gonna get
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Well, I can't slay her. I can only warn her this time. Ha ha ha.
Stop that.
No, me and you, narrator. Let's go.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Yeah, I know. I can't slay you anyway. I've already done
Before
that.
he lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Use this.
The blade. Move the blade.
Okay.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious
We both know this isn't you.
No. You're right. I'm a monster.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Okay, please do.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh, cool. Oh,
Oh
no.
no! I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Princess.
Stay strong.
Just go put the
We
blade
can
in my
tough it out
heart.
until it's done. For her sake.
Okay, stuff it
Her
out.
sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Okay.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way
The
into
princess
your
after my
body.
own heart.
I'm sorry.
Ah, yes. It's fine.
She
I'm a
doesn't know how to
monster
use a
anyway.
knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I mean, I'm looking like I'm a reptile. Do I actually bleed? I mean,
I'm so sorry.
You're okay. It's okay. Fine. We'll get through
With
this.
one last thrust of the knife, your
Yeah.
legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
You die. Nice. All right, well, that's the first chapter. Chapter 2, The Damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end
No,
of that
we were here
path
already.
is a
We
cabin.
did this already, narrator.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You take this very seriously.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
No, it's not.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
That is true. A world without love isn't a world without saving. All you need is love. Love is all you need. But you did say four of us. 1, 2. Voice of the hero, the voice. Okay, that's 4, yeah. Oh, do I turn around and leave? You ain't gonna let me.
You have already committed
Yeah,
to my
I knew you wasn't
completion.
gonna let me.
You
already
cannot go
did that.
further astray.
I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened. Literally.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Yes, that's what he wants. Alright, now, for sake,
A warning before you go any further. She will
lie.
lie, she will cheat,
Latino,
and she will do
he-
everything in her
he
power to
lied.
stop you
He
from
cheat.
slaying her.
Latino.
Don't
he-
believe a word she says. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
So if I don't go down the basement without the plate again this time.
The
And
interior-
again,
The rear of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So we haven't been looking at the mirrors, except at the end. I'm not going to start that. If I ignore the blade, I have no options. I can't slay her. I can't resist or warn her. So, again, I'm just going to go in without the blade. Yes, without the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh, she sounds nicer than
voice.
last time.
It's somehow even more beautiful
Right.
than last time. I can hear a wedding bell. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Look at that.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
An even bigger
My
dress.
love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Oh, I'm the best. Try to keep an arm this time.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Oh, it definitely does, doesn't it?
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain. And you killed us.
That's right.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw the world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do.
Last time I heard a lot. I did bring a knife. To cut you out again. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Oh, right. How silly of me.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You are just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
My best. That is all that matters.
She took that in stride.
Nothing
to a
else
surprising
matters.
extent. An almost unsettling extent,
Metallica
actually.
said that.
That's because she's perfect.
Look at her. Perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
She's got hope because we're here to save her.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I can't kill her. I don't have the knife this
I
time,
think
buddy.
he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Right. I didn't bring a knife to cut you out again.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check.
We won't be laying a finger on her.
I just want to make sure.
perfect
Make sure it's
wrists,
okay.
and
I got
indeed,
your
we
consent.
won't
Cut off
even
your
have
arm.
to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Yeah, a little bit.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care that...
Oh. Okay. Let's say that.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Yeah. Oh, but we rescued the princess.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
Yo, what?
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
I ain't got a weapon. Throw it down the
Not
hall
on my
again.
watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
Now look at it.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Might be the happiest I've seen her.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Nice.
Ugh. If only
The
you
ending
had
where
a
we get
weapon,
that
one slip
girl.
of the wrist
That's
and your
off.
pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Luckily.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love
Love.
on our side?
Love. The power of love.
What do we do now?
I don't know, didn't you want to leave?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want... You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
All right.
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world?
Are you seriously asking her that?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Sure. Honestly, people are playing it. I hope you pretty slow people rude to them all. I have no feelings about the world ending either way. No, I don't want the world to end.
If you don't want to end the world, then I don't want to end the world either.
Okay, cool. There, I saved the world. That's all it took, narrator.
Why? Why would you have us slay this beautiful creature? Did you not hear her just now? She specifically said she doesn't want to end the world.
Specifically. Now,
yeah,
she doesn't
but
lie.
Are you getting the feeling she's
She
just
doesn't cheat.
telling us what we want to hear?
She's not Latino heat.
Even if she was, isn't that a good thing? If only she could hear me. All I would ever say is what I think she would like to hear. That she's beautiful and kind and glows like the soft light of the moon. You're better off not arguing with that dolt. You know what you have to do.
Ignore you and save the princess?
She can't just want to make us happy.
I don't know. She
It
looks a
makes
lot
sense
better
to
than
me.
those other ones
That's
I
what
brought.
I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
But what would make you
I just want to make you happy.
happy? Oh, look at them eyes. How am I supposed to
Is
say
she
no to them eyes?
broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
What do you mean? She looks fine. You have to want something more than just to make me happy.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
Okay. What's wrong with you?
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
Okay. Cool, well.
I fail to see the problem here.
Yeah,
She's
me
just
too.
sweet on us.
Just
You don't have
sweet.
to act like it's a big deal.
No, it's fine. But seriously, you need your own thing. You literally just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Okay.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
Okay. See you later, alligator. Don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave, memory.
No. She was our perfect match.
So perfect.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
You know?
And is that a mirror?
The mirror, yeah.
Why is it here? Why now?
Oh, yeah, just trust me. We've been through it here before.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It might be. It's okay.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Sure, let's do that.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Yeah.
Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Okay. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Shining into your toilet. It's gone once again. That noise makes him leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. At the cabin. Approach.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Okay. There are people out there.
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Oh!
If I did, I would already be awake. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
Cool.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Sitting back, I don't know, there are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. Call him the narrator. And he wants me to kill you. You have a narrator? Does vessels have one? How many more vessels do I need? I'm ready to go back.
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I don't know. Keep that to yourself.
It's nice to be with someone whose thoughts I can never know as mine. One, whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me.
Alright, one more
I
to
will
go.
be singular, a final multitude.
This last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Does anyone
I
really
will be
know
here,
what they
waiting for
are?
you.
I mean, we say we're humans, but really, we're just decomposing since birth, so bring the deconstruct candle to it.
You're on a path in the woods,
There
and
it
at the
is.
end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Quickly, better save it. Forget to go. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Cool.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Nope, third time's the charm. What are you
The
gonna
door
do
to the
now?
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be
No,
done.
because you ain't got an option this time. What am I supposed to do? Huh? Well, you throw down the blade and lock me out.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes
gotta
with the
see what
princess. There's a heavy chain
Perfect.
around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's
I've
beautiful.
gone through too much of this.
How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Okay.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Maybe. We'll see. Oh, I gotta talk. Can't even go do that.
Okay.
What's your name? Who's your dad?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Okay. Cool.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Oh, wow, I don't remember any of these options. No, all of these are new. Ah. Okay. Hi, Princess.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Okay. ...
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Right?
Okay, that's weird.
That's fine. Whatever.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Okay. Now you locked up down here for a reason.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Nothing at all.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
That's hardly
That's
relevant,
hardly
George.
relevant.
George, that's hardly
Okay,
relevant.
but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Can't do if I let you out of here.
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
Okay.
It's not like you'd believe me.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Care to elaborate?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
Right.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Say that right here. So I can just come back to it and try it again. I would say...
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Oh, I just did.
You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Okay.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
No choice. Just
You
back
slowly
down.
creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we should start over?
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
We've lost an arm. I'm walking it down there and letting her bleed out. Let's finish this. Oh, I don't know these options. Which one, guys? Quick check in the chat. Any ideas? Should we just finish it? Or do we run and try to lock it? Do we fight her? Do we do that? Are we a coward or are we brave?
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she? You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Always.
Oh, do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long, long time. I'm very good at waiting.
Okay.
You do your best to patiently wait her out. But eventually, exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Oh. What do we do? Do we keep waiting? Do we venture in the dark? I don't think it's gonna be good if I keep waiting. It's not gonna be good if I venture into the dark. Patience, I will venture in the dark.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
Yep. Maybe I should have waited.
The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back.
I guess. I should have waited.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Fear, it'll just
Everything
cripple
goes
you.
dark, and you die.
You die. Due to fear. The beast.
You're on a path in the woods,
Oh,
and
no.
at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the
Right,
life of a
that's
mere
why I'm trying to avoid
princess
it.
shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
Good question.
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
To the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Oh, I think I'm just gonna take the blade this time around.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Or just save her. Still not looking in your mirrors. Nope. Not falling for that. This is a no mirror run, except at the
The door
end.
to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral,
Yeah.
impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where?
Anywhere.
Hear that clinking and chain again. We're fine.
We're not. Move. There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it?
I guess so.
Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
What do you mean? She devoured me.
You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive.
Okay. My stomach, yeah. I'm just plow away at it.
Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Can you talk to the cabin? You could have asking for swallow me alive.
I'm so very, very patient. If it takes lives and lives and lives to swallow my way to freedom, then that is what I'll do.
Okay. I tried.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
You slice again, deeper, rooting through her meat with the tip of your blade, until at last it finds her beating heart. The pulling returns to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
I'm gonna try.
So your body is dissolving, eroding into unrecognizable shapes. Your will drives it forward.
That's that.
You have a target, and you will strike it. We're too late, aren't we? This isn't survival. This is spite. No, it's something better. It's fulfilling a noble destiny. Your lone, functioning arm lashes out, stabbing up towards the princess's heart.
So you found a way to kill me. Then we'll die together. And I will see you again soon.
Uh-huh.
With those prophetic words, you
We
do
did
not draw another
Weeks
breath.
later.
Your body tangled and melting in the cooling folds of the princess's flesh.
I guess if you put somebody in the
Everything goes
stomach, they
dark.
will definitely stab you.
And you die. But at least you've saved the world. I hope.
Yep, at least we did that. Wow. We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end, but something cold.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
Oh, enough. Enough times.
I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're... Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye,
Oh, 'cause I
or
was
with a passing
inside.
glance.
Right, I get it. I was
Shut
inside
up.
her.
The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything,
Right.
little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
Oh, I like that. I don't feel so small anymore when you put it like that.
That's because you aren't small, even if you act that way. We're both so much more together than we were apart. And we can be so much more still. Vast. Unfathomable.
You're not mad at us for stabbing you in the heart, are you?
No. Are you mad at me for swallowing you whole?
Not really. It all seems so petty right now. She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Yes. The thing watching us, what is...
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
But I already know, man, I'm supposed to save her. You're trying to convince me to take her out. How do we stop him? Okay, let's just say I want to stop her. What do I do? Why should anyone do anything right now? It's fine, I like being this. Why are you being nice to me? You the monster, didn't you even feel the pressure? Pushing it on. What are we supposed to do about it? Whatever we are right now is an abomination. I want out. I don't like this. I'm suppressed. Okay, you narrator, how do I stop her? I'm cool.
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened.
I do remember.
How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Turn inward and find your freedom. How it felt.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat.
Just
like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
I think we should hear out whatever it is that's trying to be heard. I like to take all options into account before making any big decisions, and what's the harm in just listening?
Gaze at the terror in your heart. I think we should hear out whatever is trying to be heard. Bury it now before it's too late. The terror in the heart, very alive. 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 I guess we'll bury it.
No, you can't bury that feeling. You can't hide from your past.
Of course I can. People do it all the time. All the time.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us. We just have to find it.
The past does exist. I remember it. But does it drive me? Does the past control me? It doesn't have to exist, so walk away.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. We just need to find the right place to be at the right time. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about us? You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
Where does that need to be? Just find it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real. That's right, I know a loser when I see one. Call his bluff.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
Okay. I got no other option, so trust we shall.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
I don't think you can. But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure as you consciously flattening.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand. just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
Shatter the cage.
No, stop!
What just happened? What just happened?
Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
Well, you never get the chance to answer her. You turn to see her gone behind you. Memory to return.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Just trust me. I've been through this before.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
That thing reeks of death.
If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you.
Please, yes. Your voice is in my head.
I'd
Please
like
trust
to be
me.
somewhere nice.
I got control
Fine.
of this.
We're going places.
We're going places. I like your optimism. Coach the mirror. Boom. Oh, that one was interesting. Yeah, still a hideous monster. Go figure. Or nothing at all. But that isn't right. Can't be nothing. You focus your gaze and then you see it figure faint and veiled in shadow beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
Flashlight fell center of the mirror, splitting the image and glass and see it. It shattered. Then another transforms into another and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever see you. What are you? Are you me? Are you part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
What is? That is a good question. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Okay. Pretty sure death is good, actually important, even.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
Cares about dying? I've died plenty of times.
A construct.
Oh,
It
geez.
was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done. And it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through.
Mm-hmm. You're just trying to make us pit each other against us.
The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
So she doesn't see me as a monster.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave. I'm an Ether, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
Why?
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die. Light. burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself. Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Ta-ta.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
Fade away. As the final fragments of the glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, the basking, God. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Bringing the network wild to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bring finish. There is nothing for you to find. Breathe it. Oh no. Attacked by multiple hands, and everything goes by. Oh, that didn't turn out too bad.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Cool.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Fills out the echo. Do you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Okay. I'm a little quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Okay.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Oh, there are so many stories we left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have to stay in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions. If I let you out, the entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter? Yes. Good question.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure, leaving goddess enlightenment.
A web of nerves, laid upon a web of nerves, laid upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I begin? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined?
Second, curiosity comes second to doing the right thing. I still want to know all that stuff. I miss what it was like to be together. Can we go back to it? Yeah, no longer. Where did you end and I begin when you felt it was you and me? We held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Do you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joining physicality?
Though that was us before we were us, there is no turning back. For all the echo's delusion, he still managed to reshape reality itself. Though he could not destroy what could not be destroyed. We are intertwined, but we are separate.
Oh, I have all of this.
Your left leg tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Oh my goodness.
Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
If the truth can be made better, if destroying you is what that takes, so be it. I don't want to hide from the truth. It's valid. So I have to keep fighting.
Then don't.
No.
Leave with me. There's no need for you to fight what we are.
I really want to see, won't be with you not until you see things from my perspective. Stubborn as it is.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
I'm running out of options, guys.
To question everything is to deny lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing. To be impermanent is not to end, but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things. Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence?
Got over it. As a gift in time. It would be torture. I won't engage with this. Yes, there's nothing to remain. Don't get over it. They still see permanence as a gift in time. That would be torture.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move and yet we both don't, for each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
If there are no endings, there are no limits. If there are no limits, then there's no difference between growth and decay. I've already come so far. What more is there left for me to see? With time, we could have been better. I won't engage with violence.
More than either of us can possibly imagine. If you would only open yourself to the totality of existence.
Flash between your legs, you begin to shake. Your will rapidly dissolving. Okay, cool.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to win this fight, guys. I think they got me.
There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
You need to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I can't let this happen. I can't let everything die. So there was enough of you and me to preserve meaning and existence. I'm going to trust that's true. I was told there was enough of you and me to preserve meaning and existence. I'm going to trust that's true. Fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. Slay the prince. Oh my goodness. Yes. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist, slay the princess. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. You can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Oh my goodness, these are such options. Wow. It's easy to believe in the things.
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
I don't know.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
Oh my goodness, guys. Do we Slayer? I cannot let you exist. How do I slay the princess? Do I slay the princess? Ah!
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear
I
those
just want to see if this is going to be the same
The
ending,
final piece lies
and I'm going to
with
go
you.
back and slay her. But I just want to see if this is the same ending. Because I'm constantly torn between that, so hold on. Fall into yourself. Body of an ancient creature still from its hibernation until sensation is limp. You couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. Feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale. Twisted, crumpled, and bound in agonizing attention to its infinite plane. You can feel the glass as it starts pressing in on you, flying you across different sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. You think that, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Oh, maybe not. This isn't the same ending. This is a different ending. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. What's this? Alright, this is the kind of the same ending. You are free and she is with you. Or is it? Is this the same as the first time around? Do I seriously gotta go back and see?
It's magnificent.
It's gotta be the same ending. 'Cause I didn't get no achievements or nothing. Something that it simply is.
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
You and she step forward into the 1,000 dawns, and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You existed, you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you always be. So conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Alright. We're gonna go back and Slayer. Because we already did that. It was the same ending. No! You just saved it? Oh, you jerk. I just saved over it. Oh. So I guess I gotta go back a touch.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
Your liver drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
The echo saw horrors because his eyes were closed. The majesty of being extends beyond any single perspective.
Uh-huh.
To question everything is to deny the proof of reality that lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing. To be impermanent is not to end, but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things. Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence? Their suffering is part of their own delusion.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move and yet we both don't, for each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
There are no endings and there are no beginnings of our business. We have to go in case. I have already come so far. There's that material reality, and yet it seems to framework for meaning. We can be better than this.
I reject the narrow view of impermanence. I cling to nothing. There is no better us for us to be than us. We are reality itself. You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion?
Maybe.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Still trying to leave the prison. Do you believe in the pig? Do you don't believe in the pig pie?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is...
Huh?
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
Yeah. I was told there was enough of me in the existence, so I'm going to try that's true.
Then destroy me if you're able. But I will not coddle you in my final moments. I will not yield to your delusion without a vicious struggle.
You don't have to face her alone.
Well, look who's back. Mr. Hero himself.
I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Okay? I have no idea how good it is to hear you.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later.
Okay?
Seems like you've been doing all right on your own, but I don't think you can strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Okay?
It's time to resume our dance.
I guess.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I can do this out here on my own. I'm ready.
Then let's go.
Let's do it. Get strange ending.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place. Oh, you made it here too?
Oh, good. That's good.
We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean. No hard feelings about taunting us with our deaths, by the way. I thought it was funny. Not sure about the others, though. They're not happy. Oh, they'll get over it.
I like the description now, if you don't mind, for old time's sakes. It is just the three of us. Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings. I'm just glad you're back to see this through.
I forgot I did leave you there. If the offer still stands, can we just describe the cabin to us for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, that knife. Windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he? I always thought they were implied.
He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there. It's gone, though. I think it did whatever it needed to do. And I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're going to need that blade.
Oh, is this is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
Oh, good riddance. I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone. Everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Good riddance? Really? I'm gonna miss the guy.
You would.
I'm surprised, considering you've decided to go through with the whole slaying thing he was pushing for since the beginning. I guess you can like the idea and hate the man. That's probably for the best. It's always seems to give us more things we can do, right?
Sometimes.
So you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window? No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves.
That's true. No one else to mess with.
You've gotten serious.
It's just us.
Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you never took me up on it last time. There's the guy I know.
Throw the blade out the window, enter the basement. Oh, do we do this again? I don't know. Oh, good lord. I'm going to save it. Throw it out the window. Enter the basement.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. Let's talk one last time before you kill us, if that's still what you want to do.
I don't know what I want to do.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together. And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
Even after everything you've seen, and all the lives we've lived together, you still want to kill us. The Echo really got his hooks into you. Unless you have your own reasons for wanting us dead?
Oh, sit with them. I never got the chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you. At least I'm sorry for what I did.
That's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her, but we weren't very good at it. I don't think a conversation with us then would have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it? Yeah, we really are the same. Hard agree. Seems overrated. Too much pressure.
But that's what you've always been. Even now. You can't put aside such an important part of who you are. And neither can we. So, you might as well embrace it. Who are you calling weird? Just kidding. We know we're weird. And so are you.
I mean, guys, it's like a match made in heaven. I don't know why I'm still trying to slay this princess. Anyone?
We don't think there's a way for us to leave. But maybe there doesn't have to be an ending. The way it all works seems to be based on you. If you believe we can do something, then we can do it. So believe that we can put it all back. Believe we can fix the Echo's construct and make us all forget. Believe we can send us all back to the beginning, before anyone woke up, before the truth consumed us.
Can they really do that? Are you sure that's what you want? Why wouldn't it be what we want? Especially if it brings him back. We can't keep going without a nemesis.
Yeah.
If you believe we can give them more time, then we can give them more time. It's all up to you.
Give them more time.
Yeah. Don't underestimate the power of our thoughts. You've seen what they can do. You haven't even seen the half of it.
What's going on? I got disconnected. Disconnected. Hold on. Now we're reconnected.
You'll be back here again, sooner than you think. And then we'll part ways again, and find each other, and part ways, and find each other. It's like we're never really alone. Because even the time we spend apart is time spent chasing these moments of reunion. And they're all the sweeter for the isolation in between, don't you think?
That's beautiful. You've really grown her heart, haven't you?
Maybe we have. Maybe we haven't. We can't know something like that, but we're choosing to do it now. And maybe we'll just keep doing it again and again. It's almost comforting to know we can keep meeting each other over and over again. We don't want to forget you either, but that's what we would have to do.
A single tear forms in one eye and slides down their cheek. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Oh, this is
I
hard.
don't think we ever really forget, anyway. There's always something that draws us back together. Some buried memory that both of us treasure. And when we do, we can choose to do it all again. We'll always be able to start over, if that's what all of us want. That's okay. We have to be able to trust that whatever choices we make, they're the right choices. Maybe we'll continue the loop of forgetting and restarting forever. Or maybe we'll decide, at some point, that it's time for things to end. When we first met each other in the long quiet, there was something inside of us. Something we couldn't recognize or understand. And we can't say we fully understand it now. A warmth when we look at you, the kind you don't realize you're missing until it's come back. Every time we hurt each other, every time something awful happened, it was still there, undercutting the pain on the surface with a constant, soothing glow. That warmth is never going to go away, and that's why we believe in you. Our options are limited to what that knife offers us. Either we use it to put things back, or you kill us. We're sure you can figure out which one we'd prefer. But we don't want to influence you. We're sure you'll do what you think is best. If it's time for it to be over, it's time for it to be over. As much as we might want a few more precious lifetimes with you.
Oh, God, I don't want to kill you.
There's no turning back now. You came down here with the knife, which means the knife has to get used. Or there wouldn't have been any meaning to taking it. And this place is all about meaning. But if that's what you want, you can always hope that the next you will want that too. But there's only one way to give him that choice.
Yeah, we're already here and we've already brought the blade, and nobody wanted to throw it out the window. We can't just go back now. One way or another, we'll have to see this through. There's your third beat.
There's your third.
Hey, you're right. There it is. Can't say it's very funny, though.
No, sorry, but I can't do this. Play the princess. Whatever your plan is, I'll agree to it.
Okay. If this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. Speak for yourself. Maybe I'll see you too. Maybe I won't. They take the blade from our hand and stare fondly into our eyes.
Yeah, I love you. Just do it. I'll see you soon.
Everything is going to be okay. We love you.
Uh-huh. Oh, really?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Will it though? What are they talking about? At the end of the path is a cabin. Alright, well that's a new ending. Doing it over and over and over again. Fun, fun, fun. That was awesome. Alright guys, we're gonna call that one here. So thank you for joining me. Be sure to come back again where we try that again. And we'll check out some other paths. Maybe we'll actually get the princess slayed next time. But it's not this time. Next time. Next time is our time. Down here is our time. Where the princess is. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one.